I took 100 steps back when I found out I was pregnant. I made 90 steps forward. And then my page got deleted and it took me back 150. Let me vent. I got my notebook, y'all, because y'all know I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So my Christmas tree is still up. I'm going to take it down one of these days. Yeah, I'm on my last 2 pages in the journal. Like, I've never finished a journal before. I'm literally down to 2 pages left. This page and this page. But let me vent. So I want to just get right into the nitty gritty. Y'all clicked on this video because y'all read the title. Y'all like, ooh, what's tea? So I'm about to tell y'all what's tea, okay? So let me just do some introductions, background, and then we're going to get into what I am going through right now. So my name is Tay. I am currently a full-time entrepreneur, business owner, YouTuber, TikToker, influencer, social media content creator, whatever you want to call me, that's me. Making money from social media only, that's me. And I just had a baby 6 months ago. So let's back all the way up, okay? So I am Tay. I went to college and I started my business when I was in graduate school. So I do have 2 college degrees. I have a master's degree and a bachelor's degree. Master's degree in public health, bachelor's degree in social work. 2 type of fields where you kind of can get a job anywhere type of thing, especially with social services, because it's always going to be social services as long as we got people on earth. I decided to kind of get degrees in those fields as like a safety net, okay? Now, what I knew back then, if I knew what I knew now, what back then, I probably would have chose totally different things, okay? But in college, I wasn't doing YouTube or undergrad. So I went to college from 2015 to 2019. So in 2015, 2019, I was not doing social media. I was not doing content. I was watching YouTube, but it never kind of crossed my mind to start content creation or get into social media and things like that. I didn't get into social media until after I started my business, which was in 2019. And I was also in grad school. So I started my business in November. So I started grad school in August, started my business in November of 2019. So, literally, I started both at the same time. So I decided to, of course, stay in school, and then my business started to go up and up and up. 2020, we all know what happened. COVID happened in 2020. My business shot up and shot off. I was able to make over $120,000 within 1 year. So the year of 2020, I made $120,000. Now, mind you, I was still in college as well. So a lot of people probably would have been like, oh no, skip college. Like, I'm not going to go to college, or I'm not going to finish college, whatever. Like, I'm going to just write out my business. Now, mind you, I kind of had that mindset, but I always knew that I love education, girl. I'm thinking about going back to school now, but we'll get to that later on. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay in school because grad school is only 2 years. I might as well stay in school, and I will see where I'm at in my business 2 years later. Okay, so from 2019 to 2021, I literally made almost half the money I've made in my business. Okay, so when I say I made like 120K in the 2020 year, and in the 2021 year, I made, give or take, a little bit less, maybe like around $105,000. So I made over $200 and almost $30,000 within 2 years after during grad school. Okay, so of course during grad school, I was like, okay, like, you know, I didn't have to work because my business was my work. And a lot of y'all have witnessed my growth from 2020 up until now. I'm gonna say 2020 simply because I started the last month of 2019, and so 2020 was my first full year, my first year on social media, my first year doing YouTube and stuff like that. So 2020 and 2021, I graduated college in May of 2021, and my business was rolling. Like, maybe the day of graduation, I made about $2,000-$3,000. You know what I'm saying? So my business was rolling. I was making $10,000 months, $5,000 months. Like, yeah, a lot of y'all have witnessed that. Y'all seen me do all that. So I'm like, okay, I didn't really feel the need to get an actual career job because I was like, my business will ride me out for a little bit longer. And then, of course, in my head, I had the whole idea of, I'm going to meet a man, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mama, he can be paying the bills, I'm going to be at home on my own, do my business, okay? So, of course, I had that little fairy tale mindset as well. So, no, I did not get a job right after college because I was like, if I'm clearing 6-figure years, close to 6-figure years, it's no purpose of me getting a job. Now, number one, my first piece of advice, if you're watching this and if you're in that situation, if it kind of sounds like you right now where you're in school, but your business is sustaining you and stuff like that, or if you have a degree, whatever, go get the job. I wish, like my mom, she did try to tell me a little bit like, just get a job or whatever. But of course, what I know now, and I did not know back then, looking hindsight, I should have got a job. And the reason why I say I should have gotten a job, because I should have gotten that experience, like, because I'm going to fast forward, y'all, it all going to make sense, okay? It's all going to make sense. So I should have got a job right out of college, even though I was making all this money and I was moving to Atlanta. Oh, I forgot, I did move to Atlanta, so I was kind of living the fast girl, hot girl life, okay? So I did move to Atlanta straight out of college, straight after college, stuff like that too. I should have got a job out there in Atlanta, whatever the case is. I still never told my true and real story as to why I left Atlanta and came back to Chicago. Maybe one day, let me know in the comments down below if I just should expose myself. I guess I probably will. But y'all kind of can put it together a little bit. But anyway, so I should have got the job to get the experience, because now that I'm looking for a job, I have no experience, so I'm definitely struggling, okay? I'm definitely struggling getting a job. Y'all might be like, Tay, why are you getting a job now? Let's keep going with the story. So 2021 was good. 2022 was good. I moved back to Chicago in 2022. I'm paying my own bills, my own rent, my own everything, y'all. It was good. I was good. I was great, okay? Like, I'm making my money. My business was kind of slowing down a little bit, but my TikTok and YouTube was starting to pick up. So everything was kind of balancing each other out. Put it like that. Like, I was able to still pay all my bills for social media. The need for a job wasn't dire, because it was also just me at the time. Remember, I didn't have no baby, no man, no nothing, okay? So 2022 is when I met my boyfriend, okay? So the end of 2022 is when we kind of started dating. I ain't gonna say meet him. We went to school together, but like, y'all know how it is in university. So at university, it's a lot of people, the black people in my school, we all hung out with each other. So I can say that we kind of had the same type of crowd, but like, we never was like super close. We kind of like knew of each other from Greek life. He in a fraternity, I'm in a sorority, so we kind of knew of each other, but we really didn't know each other. So anyway, so we ended up reconnecting back at the end of 2022 when I moved back to Chicago, and then everything went from there, okay? So 2023, I will say that I start to be a little distracted by him in terms of like not like prioritizing my business anymore. So at the same time, business was slowing down. So now that I'm looking at it again, hindsight, 2 years later, now I'm thinking about it like, was business slowing down, or was I just not putting enough effort in like I used to? Or like I wasn't putting the same effort in as I used to before a boyfriend, things like that. Because y'all know me, I used to be on TikTok live 8-9 hours a day. I used to be posting everything, right? So 2023 was like the year of like transition. That's when I kind of changed the name on this channel. I also started posting more vlogs, and of course, me and my boyfriend, we started going out on trips and having fun, this and that, yada yada yada. So fast forward, and so then my business was kind of slowing down, money was slowing down, but like I told y'all, I was still making enough to pay my bills. It still wasn't 6-figure years no more. I was making about $80,000 a year, things like that. And that's a lot of money for basically a single person on paperwork with no kids. So I was still making enough money to sustain myself, pay my bills, and, shopping if I wanted to, right? So boom. The end of 2023, y'all. I found out I was pregnant the day before Thanksgiving 2023. So y'all, when I tell y'all everything come crashing down, because like, granted, I love my baby, like I don't regret anything, but of course, naturally I was like, I was nervous. Naturally, I didn't want to do it. Naturally, I just was kind of having a lot of different hesitations. I was thinking about my business, this and that, yada yada yada. I had my Vlogmas planned out for December 2023 or Christmas 2023. I had a lot of things already set in stone, and to find out I was pregnant the day before Thanksgiving really kind of put a roadblock in me, okay? Mind you, I found out the day before Thanksgiving, and y'all know day after Thanksgiving is always Black Friday. Now, again, like I was going back and saying, in 2023, I kind of like lost focus due to having a boyfriend. And looking back on it, I probably should have, I don't regret anything, because everything happened the way it was supposed to happen, because if anything would have changed in 2023, I wouldn't have had my daughter today. So this is not a video for me saying like I regret my life or I wish I could change it. It's just more so of me kind of reflecting in a way. Of course, I personally feel like I did put my business on the back burner for a man or for a boyfriend. And again, like I said, I was young. I was hoping for when I found a man, get married, have a kid, have a house, become a housewife. You know, I kind of had that in my brain. So I thought that was what's going to be my plan. Like, so I'm like, okay, I got the boyfriend now. So now that means it's time to get a house. Now that means it's time to, you know, get married, you know, and stuff like that. So I was kind of like forcing myself to abide by this type of timeline. And I said all that to say I didn't have a Black Friday plan for 2023 because I was just like, oh, my business is slacking. It is what it is. But the year before that, I spent 10 hours on live. My motivation was there. My determination was there. So I don't know what kind of happened. Like, I do know, like I said, I kind of was being distracted by like having a boyfriend. So I was kind of like, oh, I want to go out with him. I want to go shopping with him. And, you know, but none of that happened because I did find out I was pregnant the day before Thanksgiving. So Black Friday 2023 was my first day ever being sick and my worst day ever, okay? Worst day ever. Black Friday 2023, financially, my business-wise, and physical health-wise, okay? So now y'all see that my business is going down and down and down because I'm sick. So now we're into 2024. We into 2024. So the year of 2024 from January to December is what we just kind of completed. So from January to July 2024, I was still pregnant, okay? I didn't give birth until July 21st. So basically the end of July. So when you're pregnant, you're unable to do much. You're unable to work. You're unable to move around. You're unable to do a lot of things like when you're pregnant. But what I will say is this is where the entrepreneurship and being pregnant and having a real job, this is where all the blurred lines start happening. So y'all know that when you are pregnant, most people have just a regular 9-to-5 job. You can work your regular 9-to-5 job up until the day you give birth if you choose to, or you can start maternity leave if you choose to. Granted, now both of those things you still will get paid. So if you take maternity leave, you still will be getting paid your maternity leave or whatever the case is, and et cetera, et cetera. But for me as a business owner, if I'm not working, if I'm not posting, I'm not getting paid. So a lot of y'all, if y'all watched my first trimester video, I was extremely sick my first trimester. The first trimester is 3 months, y'all. January, February, and March, I was still extremely sick. Okay, I was unable to do much. So with that in mind, I wasn't able to post like I used to post. I wasn't able to make braces like I used to. I wasn't able to do nothing, meaning I was not getting paid. So that's when my financial decline started to hit. As soon as the new year started, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, it just went downhill because I wasn't able to produce. Which is why I say it's a rough line between being pregnant, having a baby, and being an entrepreneur, especially if you don't have anything to fall back on. Because again, like I said, me having a baby was not on my big old card at all. I was not thinking about a child at all. So I didn't really think like, okay, like let me start like a little savings fund. Let me start putting like a little money to the side. None of that. I didn't have no savings. I didn't have no backup plan. I didn't have no safety net. Nothing like that when I first found out I was pregnant. Y'all already know. So then January to March, I was unable to work. I was sick. So all like my little extra money that I was having in my account started leaving my account to go towards bills. And so everything was leaving my account, but I was getting pennies back in because I wasn't making no money. Like my business was literally at an all-time low. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't doing TikTok. So I was not making money. And that's another thing, like I said, because if I had a regular job, I probably would still be able to go to work, get paid, and then I'll be having my money. But because I work for myself, and if I didn't have the determination or the motivation or the energy to get up and do some work, I was not getting paid. So, of course, now we're in July. I have my baby. So, I'm thinking like, okay, I ain't pregnant no more, so it's time for me to get back to work. Girl, I was wrong. I was wrong. I guess I didn't like think about now that I have the baby. Now that I have a baby, you got to be a mama. Like, and it's gonna be a lot of work, and you won't sleep, you won't eat, and you can't put the baby down. So again, from July up until December, y'all know the 2024, I've been having my baby. So I still haven't been able to go back to my full potential like I used to back in the day. Now, granted, I will say I know that I'm gonna never be the same person that I was before having the baby, because I'm not the same person. I now have to take care of a baby, and y'all, it's been, I ain't gonna say a struggle in a negative way, but it's been a struggle to kind of balance content creation, business owning, and becoming a first-time mama on top of trying to stay afloat from postpartum. So I just feel like it's just been a lot. It's been a lot of things stacked up against me, or stacked up on top of each other. And not just against me, against a lot of moms who are in this field of entrepreneurship and content creation. Now, a lot of people look at me, and I've felt it from different people in my life. They look at me and they basically look at me as if like I'm choosing this lifestyle. Like, you chose to be an entrepreneur. Like, you chose this lifestyle. Granted, yes, I did choose this lifestyle, but that still don't mean that it's not going to be hard for me. Like, that's still not going to mean that I'm not going to complain or have my struggles, right? My current, and y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't talked about not one topic on the paper. Now, my current issue is, now that I have really I forgot to tell y'all the most important thing. My business page on Instagram was suspended in May. The day after my baby shower, y'all, I lost basically my business. When I tell y'all that was the most detrimental thing in my life, and I was pregnant on top of that, a lot of people didn't understand. Like, a lot of people in my life did not understand how hard and how much that hurt. To lose my page, my Instagram page that I worked hard on, the Instagram page that's bought me my 6-figure years, that Instagram page that I started from zero, the Instagram page that made me make over $500,000 in sales total, I lost that for no reason, no apparent reason. They said that I was selling counterfeit goods. If y'all know me, I used to do this designer stuff back then, like back in 2020. I have not had any designer things on my website, fake designer items on my website in over a year. Over a year. 2 years at that. So when I lost my page, y'all, I felt like I lost my life. Like, that was my baby. Pretty Girl Bangles was my baby. So imagine getting fired. And at that time, y'all, I was 26 weeks pregnant. So I was almost a little bit over halfway through. So imagine getting fired from your job halfway through your pregnancy. So now it's like, what now? The most detrimental things that happened to me during my pregnancy was losing my Instagram. So when I lost my Instagram, that was my community. That was everything that I was using to make my little money that I was making from January to May. Now that that's gone, I literally had no way to make my money at all. With that in mind, so from May to July, I literally made, y'all, I'm saying no money, but I don't mean $0. I just mean probably like $1,000, $600. To me, that's still no money when you have bills to pay, okay? Now, so I had my baby, y'all. So now I'm like, okay, it's time to get back to work. So now I got the baby, so I'm trying to work, trying to fight postpartum. But if y'all notice, like my first 2 months of postpartum, like after having the baby, I was pushing out the videos. But something hit. The 3rd month of postpartum, y'all, was my hardest month ever. Like, week 12 through 16 was the worst for me. Personally, relationshiply, I know that's not a word, but all that, mentally, it was just so bad. So I kind of slowed down, obviously, from posting, because I kind of hit a rock and like a little funk where I just didn't want to record, y'all. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to record. I didn't want to do anything, okay? And that's kind of where I ended my year off. So I kind of gave y'all my story to kind of see I can kind of get like the grasp of how things were just flowing for me. Fact I was pregnant, and I feel like my life just hit. Everything just kind of turned around for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I had everything planned out, and God was like, "Oh, nope. Let me throw something in there so you can get off track and figure out a new life." So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So where I'm at right now is I still obviously don't have my Instagram, my business Instagram back. I don't have my business really, other than like ebooks. I have been making ebook sales nearly daily. Not daily, nearly weekly, all 2024. I told y'all before, I have 2 college degrees, but I don't have any work experience. So now that my baby is here, it's time for me to find a job. I'm gonna just be honest and transparent with y'all in this video as well. My business, honestly, y'all, I think because when you have like a social media business and stuff like that, you have to stay on people's minds. And if you're not a celebrity, you just can't do one drop a year and make all your money. If you're not on people's forefront, you kind of lose their interest. And because I kind of went so long without posting my business page on my business TikTok and, you know, making new bracelets and stuff, personally, I feel like a lot of people have forgotten about me. Now, in terms of business wise, now I do have my core people who still watch my YouTube videos and stuff like that. But as far as my business, personally, I feel like the hype around Pretty Girl Bangles is gone. And it's just like some parts of me want to start it back up, but then other parts of me just like, I don't know. So I'm just in the process of trying to find a job. Now, I've been experiencing a struggle with finding a job because I don't have no work experience. Like when I tell y'all, I literally don't have any real world work experience. I don't, because when I got out of college, my business was going so good. I was like, skip that. I don't need a job, because no matter the time I need a job, I'm going to have me a husband who paying the bills. You know, but God always had to do his big one, okay? He always show you your plan and his plan is 2 totally different things. So I don't have any work experience, so I just been kind of scrambling for a job and things like that. So I'm here to say, if you are a business owner and if you are in school, finish your degree and get a job. If you are a business owner and you didn't go to school or anything like that, that's okay as well. But still get some type of job, because I left out a lot of small details. I had to pay out of pocket for health insurance my entire pregnancy, which was an extra $300 a month, because I didn't have health insurance through a job that kind of pays for it. So that's another thing. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to pay for your own health insurance, your own dental insurance. You have to pay for a lot of things out of your own pocket. So I'm looking for a job now to get health insurance for me and my baby. We both have health insurance now. We do have it. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get it to where I'm not paying for it. Somebody else is paying for it. So that's like a job. So I would suggest any business owner looking at this, if you are a full-time business owner and if you're even thinking about family planning, or if you know that you could possibly have a baby one day, get a job. Get a job, because you want the health insurance. You want the maternity leave. I think most maternity leave is paid, right? I think so. I don't know. I think it is. You want the maternity leave. You want the job security as well. And you want to just feel kind of stress-free. Just like, even if you are a business owner and you have like a regular job, even if you don't post on your business page or you don't do your business for a couple weeks, couple months, you know that you're still going to get a check from somewhere. You know that your check going to still come in from your job. For me, I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, my business was my only check, you know? And so it's just like, when that slowed down, a lot of other things slowed down in my life as well. So then on top of that, I found out I was pregnant. So I'm just here to say, definitely get you a job, especially if you're fresh out of college, or if you are unless your business is just making like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 every 2-3 months. Unless you're just 100% a person where even when you have your good months, you put money to the side and you're not touching it, you put in the savings account. If you have like, 2-3 years worth of emergency funds and stuff like that, don't worry about a job. But us average people, again, I'm 28 now, 28-year-olds, most of us 30-year-olds, we don't have a lot of extra savings. So even like I said, when I found out I was pregnant, I didn't have like no extra, lump sum of money just sitting around waiting to be used for rainy days, So, and most people don't. And don't feel bad if you don't, because I didn't, okay? So I'm just here to say, when you, being an entrepreneur and starting a family or becoming pregnant, it's definitely a lot of things that go into it that people don't think about. My main one was the 3 months that I was super sick and couldn't post anything. Those months kind of altered my business so much to a point where I couldn't catch back up, if that makes sense. You know, like I didn't post for 3 months straight almost, and I couldn't catch back up. And then when I started to catch back up, like around March, April, my page got deleted in May. So it's like I was starting to, you know, start back posting. I was starting back to get people, you know, asking about me again. And boom, my page got deleted. So I feel like I took 100 steps back when I found out I was pregnant. I made 90 steps forward. And then my page got deleted and it took me back 150 steps. So personally, I feel like a lot of things was thrown at me in 2024 on top of still trying to stay afloat from postpartum, still trying to become a mom and learn how to be a mom. So 2025, y'all, 2025 has to be different for me. 2025 has to be different for me because something has to change for me, okay? I don't know if I'm going to ever start my business back. Again, I go back and forth every single day, but I know for a fact, if I decide to start the business back, of course my baby will be, you know, have to go to child care, which is my mom. She'll be babysitting my baby like what I'm doing now. My baby is at my mom's house and I'm here working, making YouTube videos and stuff. So it had to be something like that where she literally is out the house and I can come back here, work in my little office on my table, and then go back and pick her up at the end of the day. That's the only way it's going to work, because having her here with me and trying to make bracelets won't work for me right now because she's still so young. And I can't just tell her sit down and don't move, or sit down and just relax, because she's a 6-month-old baby. And at that time, she'll be 6 to 12 months. The next 6 months, she's going to be a year old in July. So she's going to get more and more active. Month 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think about that all the time as well. Then I'm just like, okay, like, let go of the business and focus 100% on this content creation and stuff like that. But again, regardless of if I do business or just content creation, I have to still find a balance with becoming a mom as well. So y'all, when I tell y'all my brain don't shut off, my brain has not shut off from thinking about game plans since I have my baby, y'all. Like, it's so crazy. And also too, if you are a mommy entrepreneur, I will have a mentorship group starting, or even not a mommy. Like, if you're not a mommy, you can still join a mentorship, but it's going to be for business tips, okay? So y'all know I'm a bracelet business owner and things like that. So my mentorship program is for business owners, okay? If you are owning a business and you want help with your business, I will be having my mentorship link down below in this video for you all to join. It's $10 a month, and I'll be doing YouTube videos like this. We'll be going live and things like that. So it's going to be kind of live or group mentorship. So y'all be able to talk to me kind of like we're on Zoom. We can have weekly Zoom meetings, but it'll be here on YouTube. Weekly live meetings and things like that. And y'all can ask questions, comment questions, and things like that. So the mentorship link will be down below for you all as well. But I just get that on my chest, y'all. So I probably feel like I probably have been making it look like it's just been so easy. My life has been so peachy since the baby, y'all. And honestly, y'all, my life is not bad. My life hasn't been bad. My situation is not bad. It's other people out here that's worse off than me, okay? But it's definitely been a challenge, okay? Like, I definitely have had some rough days, some really good days, and just some days where I'm making it through. So I am thankful for where I'm at. I'm thankful for the support system I do have. My village, my mom, she's been great, y'all. She's been stepping up and helping me watch the baby and stuff like that, and like coming over and watching her while I clean up, or coming over and watch her while I cook and stuff like that, and wash my clothes, and just having an extra hand there is so thankful. And I'm appreciative, because some people don't have that. Some people don't have that. Like, they have a baby by themselves and they don't have no help, okay? That's not my story. I do have help, but it's still a lot. So it's a lot with help. So imagine if you don't have help. I don't know how people do it. And so even if I feel like it's a lot and I have help, imagine the next person, you know? So I'm gonna just get that out there, just kind of like clear the air about some things, kind of just like telling y'all about my entrepreneurship journey, and just like how it is with pregnancy. Like I said, looking back, I definitely should have gotten a job back in 2021, because if I would have got a job in 2021, or at least 2022, after I came out to Chicago, I would have had at least a year and a half on my job. So at that point, I would have a year and a half worth of good checks, a year and a half worth of savings funds, a year and a half worth of a health insurance, a lot of stuff like that. So when I did have the baby and, was in maternity leave, instead of me making no money, I would have had some money in my savings account to pinch off of. So I'm just in the process, y'all, of getting back to it, getting back to the grind, and just getting back to being me with my baby now. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all later. Bye.